If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
This is Dan Bolton reporting from Kochi, Kerala, where the India International Tea Convention 2025 brought together 450 delegates from across the tea world. Planters, exporters, scientists, marketers, and policymakers for 3 days of conversation, exhibition, and tasting under the banner Innovating in the Tea Ecosystem for Tomorrow. It's been several years since the last IITC gathering hosted by the United Planters Association of Southern India, and the mood this year was of cautious optimism. The venue, the Grand Hyatt Bolgatty, offered the perfect setting, surrounded by backwaters and alive with the aroma of freshly brewed Nilgiri Orthodox teas. Across the convention halls, 39 exhibitors displayed new machinery, packaging, and digital systems for traceability. But the most animated space was the specialty tea tasting pavilion, where tasters explored sub-origin identity, particularly the Nilgiris, through fine orthodox and green teas. There was a sense that India's southern highlands were finally stepping into the spotlight as a premium origin with a distinct voice. The 20th edition of the Golden Tea Leaf Awards celebrated that craft. Producers from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka were recognized across CTC and Orthodox categories. Dharmona Premium Tea earned top honors for its precision blending, while Periagro collected multiple medals. Beyond the trophies, the awards symbolized renewed faith in quality as the path to profitability. Now let's turn to a few of the standout presentations that frame the conversation in Kochi. Representing the International Tea Committee, James Saranga Pereira grounded the discussions in data. For the first time, he reported world tea production has crossed 7 billion kilograms, projected to reach 7.28 billion in 2025, up 2.8% year-on-year. But that growth has developed a surplus of 250 to 350 million kilograms, roughly 4 to 6% of total output. Pereira pointed to India as a potential stabilizer. Domestic consumption could grow 2 to 2.5% annually as per capita intake climbs towards 1 kilogram. That expansion, he said, would help absorb global oversupply. He contrasted India's limited value addition with Sri Lanka's stronger record in orthodox exports, noting that if India increased value addition by even 60 to 80 cents per kilo, it could boost export earnings by $150 to $200 million, raising total value to $1 billion. Quote, India already produces and consumes 1.4 billion kilos, Pereira concluded. The question is, can it add more value? Opening the convention's third business session, Karush Baruska reminded delegates that tea remains the world's second most drunk beverage, 8 billion cups every day, yet growers earn less than ever. In his presentation, Global Insights into Consumer Trends and Tastes, he identified 3 long-standing structural challenges: chronic oversupply that suppresses farm prices, a weak share of wallet, that's tea's value share being just a fraction of its beverage volume, and an unequal distribution of value across the crop-to-cup chain. Barucha urged producers and marketers to view emerging consumer trends, health, provenance, and personalization, as opportunities to elevate category value and deliver fair returns to farmers. Quote, Tea stimulates yet soothes, he said. It deserves to be valued for both. His message set the tone for a convention that was as introspective as it was ambitious. Closing the final plenary, Harish Bhatt of Tata Sons delivered perhaps the most emotionally charged presentation of the event, Love Tea Again. His 5-point roadmap of Tea Luxe, Tea Power, Tea Style, Tea Ready, and Tea Dash outlined how India can make tea aspirational, health-affirming, fashionable, convenient, and proudly Indian. Bhatt argued that tea must shed its utilitarian image and reclaim its place as a lifestyle beverage, drawing lessons from wine's heritage marketing, coffee's cafe culture, and chocolate's bean-to-bar storytelling. He called on the industry to ignite new age emotions around tea. He challenged myths about acidity and dehydration, citing science that positions tea as hydrating and heart-healthy, and he ended with a poetic flourish. Fall in love with tea again, my lovely golden brew. Cool and fun, sun and rain. Sip to smile and sustain. The room rose in applause. His message, that rejuvenating India's love affair with tea requires unified effort, resonated long after the closing bell. I took to the podium in the opening business session to reflect on the wider forces shaping tea's future. We are witnessing the end of the post-war rules-based system that made global tea predictable. Tariffs, regional blocs, and political volatility now define commerce. The world is no longer flat. It's hyperbolic, tilted by new centers of gravity. But I told delegates that this isn't the end of globalization, it's the evolution of it. The future will be built through coalitions of the willing, smaller, flexible, plurilateral partnerships that share standards, align logistics, and defend fair trade practices even when global institutions falter. For tea, that means cooperation across borders and categories, orthodox, CTC, green, oolong, and matcha producers acting not in isolation, but as a connected value chain. A global tea alliance, linking associations from India, Sri Lanka, Kenya, China, Nepal, and beyond, could give the industry a collective voice strong enough to influence policy, pricing, and sustainability benchmarks. I urge colleagues to think beyond national silos, to treat data as shared intelligence, not proprietary advantage, to synchronize quality and traceability standards, to speak with one voice when negotiating tariffs and certification rules. Tariffs will rise and fall. Policies will shift, but relationships endure. The tea industry has always thrived on trust, on growers and buyers who keep their word across oceans. In a fragmented world, that trust is our most valuable asset. And I ended with this appeal. Let's stand together. Let's act like the global community that we already are. If we connect our strengths, coordinate our voices, and defend the values that make tea human, transparency, fairness, and respect, then the next era of tea can belong to us. This is not the end of globalism. It's simply the beginning of more networked globalism, one shaped by cooperation instead of competition. And the tea industry, with its centuries-old traditions of linking farmers to drinkers, is uniquely positioned to lead that transformation. From Kochi, India, this is Dan Bolton reporting for TBiz News. For additional coverage of IITC 2025 and a list of recipients of the Golden Leaf Awards, visit tea-biz.com.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Produced by Audavita Studios. Connect your voice to the world.